So today is Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. And I just recently I had a few thoughts in my mind that I just want to talk about and be able to share it with the world. So, I was born in Laurel, Mississippi to two fine biological parents, David Wilson and Deborah Wilson of the Wilson family. My mama and my papa. I was born partially blind. When I was a baby, when I was a baby, I couldn't see at all. I was born blind. They did surgery on my eyes. And as the surgery was getting done, it was kind of hard for them to process at first, but once I opened my eyes and was able to see again, I saw I saw a blue light, and the blue light was they was testing my eyes to see if I could follow the light. If you're hearing noise in the background of the video, that's them outside cutting grass. But back to me talking about myself. So as I was saying, I was born in Laurel, Mississippi. I was partially blind when I was born blind when I was a baby, but they did surgery on my eyes in order for me to be able to see again. And when I was able to open my eyes to see again, I was blessed. And to this day, I thank God. I thank God for that day because I was blessed to be able to open my eyes and see the world. I was able to be able to witness the atmosphere of the blue of how God created the earth and the blue skies and all that good stuff. So with me talking about my parents, my mother and father, David and Deborah Wilson. I wouldn't say that they neglected me as a child. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that they threw me away or nothing like that because me and my pops was having a talk, and I understood where he was coming from because times was hard, and he had some things that he was going through, and my mother, she's blind too, so they both had things that they was going through at the time. I don't, so I wouldn't look at it as child neglect. Fast forward to today. I'm now 29 years old, and they they're still alive and kicking, and thank God for that. I thank God for everybody that's out, that's still alive and kicking. I thank God for people that's still living, and I thank God for people that's out doing things to keep themselves up out of trouble. Rather it's working a 9 to 5 job, or it's making videos, or it's doing something that's gonna keep them out of trouble. But as I look at it today, you hear we hear women say that they love their kids, they care about their kids, and they love the children. And as I was saying in the last video that I did about modern women, these women don't give a damn about these children. Now you got a lot of women that do care about their kids. You got a lot of women that take care of their kids. You got a lot of women that put food on the table for their kids. But then you got the women out here who they are only using these kids for a check, or they're using these kids for a come up to get money off of them. Like I was saying in the last video, everything's corrupt. Even the women, even they are corrupt for how the way they treat these kids. You got women who would rather choose a penis over these kids. They would rather choose they perverted boyfriend over these little girls, or letting these perverts touch these little boys. And you go, if you ever see a woman, you see a woman, she got her hair done, she got her nails done, she got a brand new car. Keep in mind that all of that came from receiving child support from them kids, or that came from the estate from when she adopted those kids. Now, me myself, I was adopted, but I was adopted by a family of Stricklands. I'm a Wilson, but I'm a Wilson, but at the end of the day, I appreciate the people in the Strickland family that looked out on me, and that helped took care of me. But once again, I don't look at it as my parents was neglecting me or nothing like that. I just look at it as, times was hard, but nowadays you got these women that act like times are so hard, and that they can't come across it. How you able to get your hair done and get your nails done and get your car fixed and all of this, but your kids is out here looking like they done got clothes from a junkyard? That's not good. That's I don't appreciate women who treat their kids like trash. I don't appreciate nobody who treats kids like trash at all, because once again, me being a kid myself, I didn't when I was growing up, I didn't have much. I received I received gifts for Christmas, and I received game consoles and things like that. But when I was coming up, my dream wasn't to be this big person on the top of the world and be rich and this and that. I just wanted to live. I just want to live life, and that's the way I still am today. I just want to live. I want to live my life and just love it alive and enjoy it alive. You know what I mean? And you got people out here who are overpowered by things. You got dudes who are overpowered by if having a bunch of women. You got dudes who don't want to do nothing but have all the women in the world. You got guys out here who are overpowered by money. They want to have all of the money in the world. They want to be rich. They want to live a rich and famous life. They want to be out there hanging out with all of the stars in Hollywood and be on the famous boats and get all the famous cars, get all the famous jewelry and this and that and this and this. But when it comes down to somebody like myself, I just love life. And I was raised to, live life and take everything one day at a time. And all this. I'm not. If you watched any of my previous videos, you can tell that I'm not a big YouTube content creator like that. That's why I always spoke about the experts of YouTube. People who do YouTube better than me, because I never wanted to be better than nobody. I always wanted people to be better than me. Like right now, I don't want nobody to be like me. I want people to be better than me. I want people to do things better than me. If you say that you could do something better than I can do it, show me that you can do it. Because I believe in you. I don't hate on nobody. I mean, yeah. I talk about the music, and I talk about this and that and this and this, but I'm not hating on them. I'm not hating on them people like that. I'm not hating on nobody like none, because at the end of the day, we don't know what people going through, and no matter how they make they come up, or what they doing to get rich, it's just something that they, you got people who came from broken homes. If they came from a broken home, of course that's the only life that they know is the broken life. And once again, me being adopted, I've seen some things in my life, and I've experienced things in my lifetime that some of that stuff I didn't want to experience, like seeing how people act when they be on drugs, or witnessing how people be acting when they be drunk off alcohol, or they do cocaine in front of, cocaine being done in front of you, and you look at all that, and you think, wow, I'm so proud of myself because I didn't end up like that. But I had people always telling me when I was young, that I wasn't gonna amount to nothing. I wasn't gonna be nothing. Or you don't tell a kid that they're not gonna be shit, even if they aren't gonna be shit. Well, I had people tell me, you gonna grow up to be a sorry ass boy. You gonna be dead. You're gonna be in jail. You're gonna be this, that, and this and this. You're gonna be locked up, this, that, and the third, and ain't nobody gonna want you, and this and that, and this and this, and I took all that in stride, and I look at it now. Keep in mind that this little thing I'm doing with these videos, these little talk videos, I do them to kill time. But I know it's a lot of people out there who could relate because they feel the same way that I feel. But then you got people out there who don't feel the same way that I feel. You got people who look at life as at a different perspective than I do. You got people who see the world different from the way I see it. And people who be overpowered by money, and a lot of people got to realize I'm not overpowered by money. Money don't impress me. I mean, of course you gotta make the money to do the things that you want to do, because ain't nothing in life is free. Hell, even the body that you're in is not free. Even the life that you have is borrowed. Keep in mind this body that we live in. This is just a body of flesh. We are borrowing this body until our spirits fly out and then go up to heaven, or go wherever the spirit is going to go. Because when you get rich, you're not taking none of that money with you. Everybody's so in a hurry to want to get rich, but it's two things that a rich person and a broke person got in common: is that they both gonna die. They both gonna die a common death. I mean, that's why I don't look at stuff like that as important. I don't care about being rich or famous. I don't care about nobody wanting the fame or nothing like that, because at the end of the day, that type of shit don't impress me. The only thing that's impressive to me is that I got my life, and that I'm still out here walking. I still can breathe. I can go and smell the fresh air. I'm still out here, being myself. Because, my foster mother, before she passed away, she told me, ain't nothing cooler than being yourself. And in Mississippi, I just recently left my hometown because my mother was going through some things, and I was helping with her and my father, and seeing my mother on a walker, and I had to help her help on in her wheelchair, and things like that. Don't never be afraid to help nobody. No matter what a person is going through, don't be afraid to help nobody, and especially with their times of need. Because my mother had went into a diabetic coma, and my pops had called me that night. And when my pops called me that night, I didn't know what was going on. I just thought maybe he wanted to talk, and then I pick up the phone and come to find out it was my mother, and she was in the hospital because she had went, and her leg had gave out on her knees had gave out on her, and she went into a little diabetic coma. And it scared me because I thought I was losing my mother around that time. And, I was like, oh Lord, I'm losing my mother. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm losing. And it convinced me to go up there and take that vacation to my hometown where I was born, ambulance going by again. So what I did was I took the vacation to law. I went on the law to go and help my mother and father with whatever it was that they needed help with, because my mother was sick. She had got sick, and they had on a walker, and she was in the hospital for a few weeks. And I it just leads me to say that I thank God for still being here, and I thank God for my parents still being here. Because we got we losing so many people nowadays. People dying like flies, and we'll never tell them how much we love them, or we don't show that appreciation the way that we used to. It used to be a time where the world was a fun place. Hell, but now everything just done got so mixed up and in a bind to where you don't know what's going on nowadays. It's like everything is just all click clock and TikTok, and things could, if you don't pay attention to nothing, it'll go over your head. That's why I try my best to pay attention to everything. I pay attention to what's going on in life, and I go out here, and I do my homework, I do my research, because even though I'm 29 years old, it's a lot of stuff that I'm still learning. Even though I'm 29 years old, I'm still learning about a lot of things. It was things that I was taught growing up that I already know, but you know, as an adult, you still learn about things too that you didn't know about. You know, and I'm about to be 30 in a few, and next I'd be 30 next December. Uh, like I said, I was born December 28, 1993, and next December I'll be 30 years old. And how I made it out of all of that stuff that I was going through when I was looking at people get high and do drugs in front of me, and all the fights and stuff that I was seeing, and this and that. I wouldn't say that I made it through. I wouldn't say that I made it through by luck. I'd say God was with me the whole time. God was with me the whole entire time. When I had people knocking me down, all God ever did was pull me back up. And I'm here today to say, God bless America, and I hope, I wish nothing but the best for everybody. And I'm doing a lot better now. My parents are doing a lot better, and it's good to see that they still in love. My mom and pops are still in love after all these years, and they both in their 60s. So I'm blessed. God did all of this for me. God made sure that I made it through. And while we on that subject, before I end the video, when I was talking about Chris Rock's stand up yesterday about selective outrage, I forgot to mention Marlon Wayans' stand up about God Loves Me. If you ain't seen that stand up yet, go check that out. God Loves Me by Marlon Wayans. When he was talking about the whole Will and Jada situation, but he also talked about how he ended up getting the role of pedestrian number two, and I'm gonna get you sucker. And Chris Rock ended up getting the real man role. I'm gonna get you sucker. That's one classic movie. My uncle, before he passed away, it was a lot of movies that he put me on to, a lot of black exploitation movies and all kind of stuff. And I miss all of my uncles, man. I miss my cousins, and I lost a cousin last year recently, and that hurt me. But other than all that, I'm doing fine, and I'm just where I'm at now. I don't want no beef with nobody. I don't want no smoke with nobody. I don't want to fight nobody or nothing like that. I just want to continue to live my life and love my life and live it the way it is. God made all of this happen, so I'm still here. I'm still standing. A lot of people been asking me about doing these videos. I just been, when you go out and you go and you go to help your people, and you got your hands full. You don't have time to be sitting around making talk videos and sitting around just making videos just to be making them. Like I said before, I'm not a real YouTube content creator. Anybody who watches my videos know that I'm not a real YouTube content creator. I just make these videos just to make them because they help me kill time. But other than that, I'm just trying to live it to the limit and love it alive, like Jay say. Other than that, it's your boy Jay, the Truth Teller. If you like this video, leave your love, leave your hate. If you want to follow me, make my Facebook is Jonathan David Wilson. Let me repeat that again. If you want to follow me on Facebook, my Facebook is Jonathan David Wilson. Make sure you look me up on Facebook, and I'm not on no other social media platforms because I don't be on social media like that. But other than that, leave your love, leave your hate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. If you don't like this video, you can kiss my ass and go take it in a rump or whatever it is that you do. Other than that, I'm out. God bless America. Peace.